Hi, beautiful souls. So I was at the hospital yesterday. I had to have a blood test in a different hospital than where I usually go. And I was talking to this really interesting nurse who had told me about a sister that she had lost when her sister was 10 days old. And and we were talking about, what was I up to? And I told her I was writing a book on reincarnation, following the lives of two people. And through time and space. And so she was like, "Oh my God, have you read Many Lives, Many Masters?" And I said, "Yes, indeed, I have read that book quite some time ago." So we had this really interesting conversation, and it was just so lovely. And she was like, "Oh, please, when you've written that book, I'd love to read it." And I said, "Well, absolutely, yes." And lately, I've sort of hit a few sort of bumps in my writing, partly because health issues and sort of can slow you down and it can chop up your routine a bit, but also all of this past life entanglement has all fallen away. I don't see it anymore. I see it as in I remember past lives. I remember all of those things because I have an incredible capacity to remember and and I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to be able to tap into previous lives to know where it is that you now are. But for those coming into the planet, for those that are younger generations, they won't have to go through all of this karmic ties and bonding and the work that we have to do to come back to being completely pure and cleansed of all attachments from different lifetimes. If my body, or if not my body, but if my spirit was to desire to come to earth again, then I absolutely am sure that I would not be in a similar situation with the same souls around me. I'm sure that I would be in a very different place. In fact, I'm probably not going to return to the earth plane. Why return when there's other galaxies and places to explore and enjoy? So this is just something that I'd like to share with everyone. I'm sure that there's many of you that will remember different lifetimes, different incarnations on the earth. You might remember even different incarnations elsewhere. And of course, everything, well, I say of course, but those that are in resonance with quantum physics, quantum mechanics, will know that everything is happening now. If that's not your belief, then you don't have to believe it. You can believe whatever you like. So everything is happening now. And as everything is happening now, we have the ability to change everything now. We can create different other lives now, because past lives are not really past lives. They're just different experiences in the here and now. So as we start to change, things drop off and those memories will dissipate into purity. Now, that can also seem really like, oh goodness, does that mean I will not remember certain lifetimes that were really pleasing to me? You remember what you need to remember until you no longer need to remember it. It's very simple. Once you have experienced all that you need from something, you let it go. It's like when you really, really love someone or something, you don't want to let them go. That's why so many people keep their loved ones' ashes in the houses, because they can't let go of the physical form just yet. And when they're ready, then they do. But until they've got to that point where they're able to process their grief, they're not able to let go. It's why it takes so long sometimes to grieve, not just grieving somebody that's died. And when I say somebody, a somebody can be any person, not just a human person, but a non-human person as well, including trees. grief can take quite some time to navigate and to make peace and closure with, or understanding with. And that also goes the same with breakups and all other types of grieving the loss, the physical loss of another being. You know, friendships, relationships, you name it. Grief can take quite some time to process. So I ask you, here's an invitation. What is it? Are you ready to let go of? Are you still processing anything from a past, a relationship, even just an interaction? You know, just a simple interaction. Are you still holding on to something? I realize I'm still holding on to an interaction with an Airbnb lady who I met a long time ago. And I recently logged onto my Airbnb account and realized I never gave her a review, and she'd given me one, and I really liked her. Really liked her. And I just felt like, oh my God, I can't have this hanging on to me, but I'm aware that I didn't give her a review, and you know, she totally deserved a brilliant review. And there comes a time when you do have to go, you know what, I just let that go. It's okay. It's okay. Because the higher self knows that that person didn't mean anything bad by it. And so why does the human want to hang on? Because hanging on only creates cross wires, and it creates entanglements and attachments. And we don't need that, because the purer we are and the clearer we are, the easier it is to navigate the earth. And the easier it is to return to earth if we so choose to. We don't want to be carrying around any baggage. We want to live light, be the light, hold light within. And of course, the more stuff you take with you, the less light you will be. And the less light you will be in your interactions with others. Because you'll have emotional baggage and stuff that will create your charge. Because you're not calm, and as calm as you could be. So my invitation is, remember that you don't have to carry on holding on to everything. And if you're like me writing this book, then yes, I personally feel like this is a book worth writing. This certainly gives a lot of understanding to a lot of those that are still on a spiritual path where this is part of their journey. You know, let's also have understanding that this is something that was part of my path a long time ago. And I do recall these different lifetimes. And there's something that can assist others and help them to alchemize their current experiences by understanding this. But I will be obviously putting in that, you know, this doesn't have to be the way forwards. You can let go of things when the time is right. You don't have to keep on those memories. You don't have to keep pulling people back into your sphere. You can just enjoy the eternal equation of peacefulness and love and lightness, akin to a summer breeze. All is well. I send you love. I send you light. And I wish you peace on your journeys. My name is ZsaZsa. Like, subscribe and share if you feel called to do so. Thank you.